Please take a seat. Please take a seat. Please take a seat. Please take a seat.
Start in 30 Sekunden.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Spanish Writing School. Please take a seat, everyone. Dear guests, on behalf of KuCoin, I would like to extend a warm welcome to you all. My name is Christina Inhoff, and it is my great pleasure to be your host tonight. We are delighted to welcome leading voices from Europe's finance, regulatory, and innovation sectors. And I'm happy to report that we also welcome a celebrity contingent here. With us in the audience tonight is German football legend and World Cup winner Oliver Bierhoff. Good evening, Oliver. What an honor to have you with us. And ladies and gentlemen, please also stay tuned as a second celebrity appearance will be unveiled later tonight. Many of you are already familiar with KuCoin, the trusted global exchange that has been providing users with secure and reliable access to digital assets for more than 7 years. Tonight, we mark an important milestone in the history of KuCoin and reflect on the future of access to digital assets in Europe. To get started, please welcome KuCoin's global CEO to the stage with his opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, BC Wong.
So, dear partners, guests, and members of the media, welcome to Vienna, a city where classic rhythm meets modern spirit. Thank you all for joining us today and for being part of the important moment for KuCoin. An important milestone in KuCoin's journey in Europe. We choose Vienna for this occasion for a very clear reason. Austria has established a regulatory framework for digital assets that is clear, robust, and forward-looking. This clarity and this respect for rules and responsibilities has given us the confidence to take a decisive step forward in Europe. The launch of KuCoin EU reflects our long-term commitment to building a regulated, locally led platform, one that meets Europe's high standard and one that is designed to grow responsibly, sustainably, and transparently across the region. This moment would not be possible without the support of many partners here today. I would like to sincerely thank our regulator counterparts, local partners, and ecosystem collaborators for their trust, cooperation, and constructive engagement, which have enabled us to establish our European business network and begin operations across the region. I would also like to thank to our European team. Their dedication, professionalism, and hard work over past months have made today possible. This launch is a testament to their commitment and shared efforts. And last, but clearly not least, today also marks the beginning of a new chapter for KuCoin globally. We are honored to welcome today Bokartar as KuCoin's global brand ambassador. Together, we will work to represent values that matter deeply to us: trust, discipline, long-term performance, and respect for the process. As we launch KuCoin EU here in Vienna, we look ahead with confidence to build a trusted platform for Europe and to shape the next chapter of KuCoin's journey together with our partners, our team, and our global ambassador. Thank you for being here with us today and sharing this important moment. Thank you for being with us and enjoying the evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, BC, for those enlightening words to get us started. Before we move on, a few quick housekeeping notes. Tonight, we have an amazing prize draw. If you haven't taken part yet, once dinner begins, please go to the back right corner of the room. There you can complete a few simple activities to enter the draw. for 2 7-day winter packages for Tomorrowland Festival. So dinner is your chance to enter if you haven't already. The winner will be announced at the end of the evening. For any small emergencies, the restrooms are located at the back of the room where you entered. And once formal program ends, we invite you to stay, to enjoy music, to connect with other guests and soak in the atmosphere. But during the program, we kindly ask you to remain seated and enjoy the speakers. There will be plenty of time for networking during and after dinner. So thank you, and we hope you enjoy the evening. Bringing global exchange expertise and innovation to Europe while carefully adapting to the region's unique regulatory and user needs is no small achievement. This journey has required deep regulatory engagement, strong operational discipline, and a long-term commitment to building a platform designed specifically for the European market. To open our evening, I'm delighted to welcome representatives from KuCoin EU, who will share insights into the licensing process, product development, operations, and the business strategy behind this important milestone. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Sabina Leo, Managing Director KuCoin EU, Christian Niedermüller, Chief Operating Officer KuCoin EU, as well as Audrey Lim, Managing Director KuCoin EU. Please give them a warm welcome. Please take your seats. Welcome to the stage. Good evening. Yeah, let's get started with our panel discussion. Sabina, the first question is for you. What does getting the MiCA license mean to KuCoin EU, and what role did that play in shaping the European strategy?
A couple of years ago, digital asset or crypto is just a niche experiment for a small amount of users. But as of today, you can see that digital asset is an unavoidable asset classes for not just individual investors, but institutional investors and governments. And digital asset is not just about investment or trading, it is about infrastructure as well. So the market has changed and has evolved. So it is fantastic that we now have MiCA, and which provides a very harmonious regulatory framework across Europe, which provide guardrails for us, the industry, to build trust and also to protect consumers and also give us the room to innovate. So this is fantastic for us. So with the MiCA license, that means KuCoin EU is open to business, to our customers, and we are looking forward to grow with our customers and grow with the industry here.
Christian, from your perspective, how did obtaining the MiCA license shape KuCoin's expansion to Europe?
So general, also a very warm welcome from my end. Happy to see so many familiar faces. This whole process was really like a marathon. Yeah? It took us 1 year and a lot of sweat and tears sometimes. But here we are, very happy to welcome everybody. And it means a lot for us to be here at this stage, to be able to potentially to launch the platform tonight is a mega achievement and enables us actually, as Sabina said, to serve the entire European market. And that's a really big achievement, and it means really a lot to us.
Audrey, how do you see this topic?
So this MiCA license is not just a market access for us, right? It also sets a benchmark for us. It's a benchmark for governance, not only for KuCoin EU, but KuCoin Group as a whole. The accountability and the transparency that it requires, it's a different game for KuCoin. And that just sets the foundation for our European operations here.
Sabina, why Europe and why now?
And as we all know, Europe has a very sophisticated financial markets and ecosystem. And we see that the crypto adoption in Europe is very high. And also, there is a lot of real-world asset use case in Europe for digital asset. So we think there is a lot of room for growth, for further adoption, for institutional adoption of the digital assets. And that's why we would like to be in Europe in this journey. I think that looking at digital asset, we talked about trading, but also we see what the type of customers has increased. We have seen that the issuance of stablecoin and use case of stablecoin. We also see sort of payments as well as wealth management products related to crypto. Then you can see that the ecosystem and the use case is definitely evolving for digital asset. There's a lot of opportunities for us.
Christian, with all your experience, why was this the right time for KuCoin to focus on Europe?
I mean, first of all, it also became necessary, to be very honest, to keep the customers and keep the revenues. So that's, I mean, I think very important from a business perspective for KuCoin in general. And with this necessity of getting Mika, this was the general requirement, and led us through this very intensive and challenging process. And through that we saw there's a necessity, and through that we can access the entire European market, and we can, as Audrey said, we can also, as a group, as KuCoin Group, also establish a completely new and even more sophisticated governance system in the entire group, which is also amazing to see us together in Europe grow, and also together grow with KuCoin globally. That's amazing.
And Christian, what does it take for a global exchange to develop a dedicated European business and platform?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I mean, it's not just like that, as many have imagined. Maybe I also have imagined it easier that you can copy-paste products and operations. Yeah, with the MiCA requirements, DORA requirements. I mean, these are two acronyms, but with all these requirements from a process and product perspective, you need to spend a lot of time in analyzing the existing products from a global perspective, analyzing the existing operations, and tune it all down and tune it up actually that these are MiCA compliant, and that these processes, products adhere to the rules we need to adhere to. And yes, with some of the products and processes we are there, and with them we can go live now.
And Audrey, from your point of view, what did it take to adapt a global exchange to the European market?
I think it's a shift in mindset and a change in philosophy. So KuCoin Group, a couple of years ago, decided to go down this compliance first path. And at that time, I think the philosophy for the company has changed. Our CEO at that time mentioned crypto exchanges, especially the global ones, they're at a crossroad right now. It's either you choose to be a gambling site or you become a financial institution. That became our philosophy. We want to be a financial institution, and because that philosophy is fixed, that mindset is set in stone, that's how we can, everything will fall into place. I think that's the most important thing for global exchange, to set up a proper European platform.
Europe is often described as one of the most demanding regulatory environments. What surprised you most about the licensing process?
I think for the process, what surprised me the most is that despite MiCA being so detailed and requiring a lot of accountability, clear accountability actually, transparency and details in every single thing that we do, even our control structure, despite all that, it still gives us a lot of room for innovation and for creativity in business operations. I think that really surprised me the most, and especially what stood out was the regulatory engagement. Because the regulators, they not only want to see what you put on paper, but they want to see how you implement it, how you actually do it, because they want to make sure that everything is fully compliant. MiCA is new, so this is new for everybody. So I think that really surprised me, the regulatory involvement in the whole process.
Maybe to add there, so many also don't know that, but we had to show the platform actually a few times to the regulator, which we liked, because then they also saw how the product looks like. And I think this was great. We went through the platform with them, showed them what we built, what we reshaped for the European market, and they hands-on. I mean, that's the great thing about the regulator in Austria, as they have worked as well in other exchanges already, some of them. They know the product. They know how it feels, what needs to be changed here and there, and that's very helpful actually, and helped us actually to come to this final version with which we are going live now.
Sabina, now that KuCoin EU is licensed, what does long-term commitment to Europe look like in practice?
I think the first thing for us is really to localize and to listen to customers. I think most importantly, we need to add value to European customers, or we need to solve problems or pain points for them. So it is a process of building our brand and also localize by listening to the customers and giving them products that add value.
Christian, how will KuCoin EU demonstrate commitment to Europe?
I mean, KuCoin demonstrated a lot already by setting up quite a big office here in Europe. So we have now close to 30 people already. We have a really great office, great atmosphere. So that's a lot of dedication in localization. And we are not done yet, so we have a lot of open positions. If you're interested to work for us, feel free to check out our careers page. So this dedication, I think, is what it also needs to be successful, because also the customers want to see actually that a global platform to some extent also localizes from a people perspective, also from a marketing perspective, from a product perspective. So we are actually also looking forward, I mean, KuCoin is one of the most innovative platforms out there from a digital asset perspective, but we are also looking forward actually to probably also bring some European products to the global platform. Yeah? It should not be just one way. Yeah.
And Christian, what does European first product design actually look like, especially when it comes to security, transparency, and user control?
Yeah, it means a lot of effort you need to put into the details. Yeah, who has which owner rights? Yeah, who is responsible for what? It's a lot of the details in the back end are important there to show actually clear segregation of duties, tasks, assets. That's super important, and that's a lot of work. A lot of policies, standard operating procedures, a lot of boring stuff, but which is necessary to create really sophisticated products which make us to a financial institution instead of something else. Yeah.
Sabina, as we all know, Europe is not a single market. How do you think about growth when user needs, banking access, and adoption differ so widely across countries?
I think I used to work in traditional finance in equities, and if you look at the market structure of equities, or just looking at Asia, right? The market structure is pretty fragmented because we've got lots of national authorities and regulators. The market structure is widely different from market to market. So for any financial services and asset class to manage a diverse sort of market, it's not something new. So in fact, Europe, it's actually quite harmonious under MiCA, but also maybe in traditional finance under MiFID. So I think from that perspective, it gives us a lot of sort of safeguard in compliance across Europe. But of course, I wouldn't want to underestimate the challenge of really understanding the local market. People have different habits, user habits, people have different languages, and that's something we need to adopt.
Christian, how do you approach growth in such a diverse European market?
Yeah, it definitely has to be approached a little bit different than KuCoin and other exchanges globally have been used to. There was a lot of, until now from global, was a lot on affiliate marketing and referral marketing, which led to this huge explosive growth of a lot of global exchanges. I think here it's also a bit more branding maybe and marketing efforts as well. That's important. And also maybe the most important lever actually to attract users is through trust. Yeah, trust and defensibility of your business model. I think that's what users are looking here, especially trusted solutions. And that's also one of our new slogans for a few months. So I think we can deliver that.
Audrey, beyond user numbers and volume, what does success for KuCoin EU look like in 5 years?
Well, I think for me, in 5 years, it will be successful if when people think about KuCoin EU, they not only think about just another crypto platform, but they think about, okay, this is a very much trustworthy financial institution that forms and shapes the regulatory landscape even in the EU, with the crypto law now being very, very new.
Sabina, how would you define success for KuCoin EU?
I think I agree that I would love KuCoin EU to become a brand that's respected, trusted, and loved by our customers. That would be a huge success. And also for KuCoin EU, we wanted to also contribute back to the ecosystem. So in 5 years' time, if we can play a role in shaping the development of regulation, if we can shape the adoption of digital asset by education, for example, by engaging with a lot of local associations and partners, and really genuinely shape the industry's development, that would be success for me.
And Christian?
I can just chime in here. So I would completely sign what you just said, Sabina. Yeah. Co-shaping the industry, being a trusted partner. I mean, we have a lot of actually partners in the room. Thanks all for coming. I mean, from banking partners, on and off-ramp partners, to all of the partners we need for MiCA compliance, and also other exchanges and other service providers. So there's a lot actually. We see, I think that's a little bit of a different situation than the traditional finance system. We see each other much more, I think, in the crypto industry as a family, and that's why we are also here to celebrate. We also have the Digital Asset Association Austria here, which is also amazing, and a lot of other relevant parties here in Austria, and so that's why also so many people came and are happy to celebrate with us. That's big success, yeah.
Yeah, guys, I could listen to you for much longer, but unfortunately time is limited and we need to move on into our next part of our program. Thank you so much, Sabina, Christian, and Audrey, for these fascinating insights and for showing us what it truly takes to build a compliant European first exchange. Thank you so much. This is your applause.
Thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
So Audrey and I will now step back and pass over the microphone to Sabina for a fascinating update on the brand partnership front. Sabina, Christian, this is your stage.
Hello, everyone. So last September, KuCoin made a landmark move in this brand partnership journey by appointing Adam Scott, a famous golf icon from Australia, as his first global brand ambassador. As world-class athletes increasingly associate themselves with brands which shape the future, KuCoin's partnership with Adam reflects a shared commitment to trust, resilience, and excellence, values that sit at the heart of both his career and long-term vision. Last December, this momentum continued with KuCoin being named the exclusive crypto exchange and payment partner for Tomorrowland Winter and Tomorrowland Belgium, as in a multi-year partnership. Rooted in a shared belief in empowering the people of future, of tomorrow, and building a borderless, inclusive global community, the partnership marked an important step in connecting iconic cultural experience with the accelerating adoption of digital assets, bringing crypto into moments that are global, human, and deeply cultural. Now, here today, I am very excited to share that the next major chapter in KuCoin's brand partnership journey is being unveiled publicly for the very first time. So please now turn your attention to the screen for KuCoin's newest brand partner. Now you know the secret and the excitement. So that's right. So building on the shared value of elite performance, excellence, and success earned in the finest of margins. KuCoin's newest brand partner is a four-time Tour de France winner and one of Europe's most iconic cyclists, Tadej Pogačar. And what's more tonight, we are very excited to actually have Tadej with us. So we are going to have a fireside chat with him. And please join me in welcoming Tadej onto the stage, please.
Very much welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome, Tadej. That's amazing to have you with us, yeah?
Thank you for having me, and yeah, good evening to everybody.
And look, a few questions, both Tadej and Christian, from both the brand partnership and also KuCoin EU side. But I believe a lot of the people sitting in the audience tonight are from the business world. And very often, we actually find similarities between the sports world and business world. So I have a few questions tonight to Tadej, I think would be very inspiring for a lot of us in crypto and in financial markets. So thank you for joining us. And my first question is, performance in cycling is decided by tiny margins. How did you identify these margins and turn them into your advantage?
Yeah, I think when it comes down to performance in the biggest races, all the teams and the competitors are really tight together. Everybody is at the best level, so the margins are very small. And you see the opponents are getting better, so you need to find a way to beat them every year. So every year you try to improve something, and then determination, motivation comes with it. And it's basically 24/7 job to find all the details that you can improve. Yeah, because in the end, like you said, it comes to really small details and margins that makes the difference who wins and who don't.
And what are the routines and habits are non-negotiable for you to sustain such elite performance?
Well, I think discipline is one of the most important things in sport, in the life, in business also. I think everywhere the discipline should be always on the first place, followed by a goal and vision, what you want to achieve, and then this come all together, brings to one point that you can perform every time on the highest level.
Lovely. So I could hear that the goal and strategy as sort of the very important starting point, and then 24/7 efforts plus attention to details to find the margin.
Actually, and you have the team around you. So in our team we are 30 riders, but we have around 120 staff members, and we have to trust each other, and we have to work together for the same margins, for the same goals, for the same small details. So 150 people need to be on the same page to make things happen.
That's incredible.
A lot of similarities, right, Sabina? So I mean, we also have much more than 1,000 people working for KuCoin, and there's also only one user then, and we need to cater this user together with a lot of discipline, 24/7 focus. Yeah, the platform is also running 24/7, so a lot of similarities, a lot of discipline to not make mistakes. Yeah, so I see a lot of similarities with something like a platform, if you can say.
You just mentioned that cycling is not just an individual sport, but a team sport. So what behavior of a leader matter when the team is under extreme pressure?
Well, in my opinion, if I look myself as a leader, the leader always should be the one that has a calm hand, keep calm, and that you don't cross the line. and yeah, the leader has to be an example for all around him, and you cannot lose your control. Keep your shit together, and it's very important that the leader also stay grounded, humble, and set an example.
Fantastic learning. And modern cycling, just like financial services, is heavily data-driven now. And can you let us know how you balance statistics with instinct when you're having a race?
Yeah, well, we talk a lot what can happen in the race, what can happen through the season, but in the end, in sport, especially in cycling, when there's so many things that can happen at one moment, sometimes you just need to react in the instinct, or you just need to follow your teammate when he decides something, and that's where the trust comes back in, because when you need to work around the instincts, you need to believe in everybody around you, and also you need to understand each other. So when things like this comes to a play, like improvising, then you know that you can trust the person next to you.
That's excellent. I think statistics for you is more in the preparation stage, but when you're really in a race, it's just that instinct, but also that team collaboration and the trust that make the decision on the spot.
Yeah, of course. If I take an example, our team, UAE team, I think we have such a good group. We are like quite good friends, I would say, between the riders, and we enjoy going to the races. We know each other so well in cycling and also out of the cycling. So I would say that the teammates are my friends, and they know why they are in the race, and I know why I'm there also. So this also makes it in the last 2-3 years for our team such a great success, and also for me.
That's excellent. And I wanted to talk about setback and our mentality. So how do you reset mentally if there is, or after a loss or an underperformance?
Yeah, setbacks are always quite tough. In my career, I didn't have too many setbacks. I have one quite big one particular in 2023, but I saw which people around me are sincere and who I can trust. So that was the point. After that setback, I realized what kind of group must be around me, and I find after that setback, I find the people that I really trust, and I can go with them. I can talk with them every day about any kind of problems, and after that setback, luckily I didn't have any more.
For me, it was not so clear, actually. I'm not a cyclist. I was more a footballer type of guy and runner. For me, it was not so clear. I watched Tour de France for sure, but it's such a team sport, and such a big team is behind, and then it's only focused on the rider sometimes. We also have a big team, and then there's also a lot of pressure then on the results so that the platform is performing. How are you dealing with this pressure that it's then a lot on you as well, and not just on the team? A lot is on your shoulders.
Yeah, I think that's where it comes to a difference of also of a salary, no? I deal with more pressure, I deal with more media, so okay, they will pay me also more, but without the team, I would never be able to win any of the race, so I would have 0 victories. So but in the end, the pressure, the biggest pressure comes to the rider, to the leader, and if you have a team around you like I have, then you can handle this pressure also pretty well.
Actually, one of our lawyers, she used to ride in the Austrian national team And she told me, when I told her only today when she arrived, that Tadej will be our global brand ambassador. And she said, wow, I didn't think about it, but cycling is actually one of the most underrepresented sports for crypto companies to sponsor, and it's so perfect. There will be so many people joining KuCoin because cyclists love digital assets and the competition and performance. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think cycling is a very good way of marketing your brand and company, and especially when you have a vision like KuCoin and such a good project, then I think cycling is also a good target. You know, I think we are a good group to be part of it also.
And a question from me also. I mean, there are moments, of course, your body would ask you to stop, but the goal demands you to go further. At those moments, I mean, I wanted to ask you how you train yourself to push beyond the perceived limits. And when you push through, do you kind of do a risk-reward calculation, whether it's worth the risk to push forward?
Yeah, I was just speaking with my coach earlier, and we're pushing quite hard now in the trainings, and sometimes you need to anticipate before you mentally crack or physically crack, and you need to think in advance when is the moment that you need to step back, take a little bit rest, a breather, so then the problems don't come. But of course there will be time in your career, in any career, that will be super tough. You cannot avoid all the problems, and you always need to think to push through, because there's always gonna be better day after the problems. And also problems are part of everyday life. You need to accept the problems, you need to find the best way to solve them, and then in my experience, when I solve one problem, I'm also satisfied and happy. So then you move forward with your life, and you're more happy because you solve one problem that is less of pain in the ass than.
On a day like today, where you probably have less time for cycling, did you cycle already today, or is today one of the few days off?
Yeah, today was my rest day, but I did 1 hour and a half on the indoor trainer just before I left to come here. So also on days when it's really tight or bad weather, we try to maximize everything with the indoor training or some gym or just whatever, or compensate with when it's good weather you do more, and then when it's really bad weather maybe you do less. And you need to find the balance, but we maximize actually every day.
And I think I probably would ask a closing question, maybe one to Christian and one to Tadej. So Christian, I wanted to ask you, in our markets, in financial markets and in digital asset, if you want to summarize, what does long-term excellence look like from your perspective? What would you say?
Also there, I think there are a lot of similarities. I mean, KuCoin exists now for 8 years, and you can only compete in this market if you have a lot of endurance, a lot of discipline on the way to continuously develop the platform and outperform your competitors. And I think Tadej would also not be here if he wouldn't, as he said, continuously improve the training methods, his way how to go through life. That's exactly what we are trying to do. Build a platform, continuously improve every development cycle and everything around being more secure, and it's discipline and continuous push for performance. I think that's something I can relate to.
Yeah, I think in my personal experience, if you settle for 1 year that you say, okay, this was our best year, and we don't need to improve nothing for next year, then you will fall behind the competition, and there is 1, 2, 3 years maybe that you lose because you were high on the clouds because you had the best year, but yeah, I find out that yeah, even if you have the best numbers, the best performance, you still need to find something to improve and to keep pushing forward, because otherwise competition will run you over.
Thank you very much for your wise words, Tadej. And that's really, truly inspirational to all of us. And welcome to the KuCoin family. And please join me again in thanking Tadej. And
Let's
you will
give it up
see
for
him more
Tadej.
with KuCoin
Yeah.
in these
Thanks,
coming
Tadej.
years.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sabina, Christian, and Tadej Pogačar, our new brand ambassador. Thank you so much. It's been inspiring to see KuCoin's partnership evolve and to hear what lies ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the key highlight of the evening. Trust is not just something you say. Trust is something you earn through action, responsibility, and over time. Tonight is about commitment, a commitment to building with responsibility, clarity, and users at the center. In Europe, where expectations are high and trust is never taken for granted, this commitment matters even more. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in counting down as the leaders of KuCoin join me again on stage, please. Please step forward, come closer to the launch button. Audrey, welcome back again. I would say, let's get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, let's count down together. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Let's start the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! KuCoin EU is now live. Wow, what a moment! And digital asset access for Europe is forever changed for the better. Wow! Yeah! Now that we all have been part of this moment, it's time for a launch video, ladies and gentlemen, demonstrating KuCoin's EU vision for digital asset access in Europe.
Trust first, trade next. KuCoin EU.
KuCoin EU is now live, so thank you very much again to Sabina, to Christian, and Audrey. Feel free to return to your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, KuCoin is not only launching its platform in Europe. Today we are also excited to introduce a new product coming soon, KuCard. KuCard is made for daily use. It brings crypto into real life, making it easier for Europeans to spend and earn wherever they are. Let's take a look. KuCard. will come soon. Yeah, a truly powerful European platform isn't just regional. It's also present locally in many countries. Together with strong local partners, KuCoin supports people in using digital assets in a responsible way. Now let's take a look at how KuCoin is experienced in key European markets through short messages and videos from our partners on the ground.
I'm here today in Milan, Italy, celebrating the launch of KuCoin for European users. We can now trade assets on a fully compliant European exchange with banking-grade security. So, from the whole Italian crypto community, congratulazioni and buona fortuna.
Bravo KuCoin, je tenais à vous adresser toutes mes félicitations pour votre implantation officielle en Europe. Certes, c'est un accomplissement remarquable pour toute l'équipe, mais c'est surtout, et j'aimerais appuyer sur ce point, un signal fort pour toute l'industrie crypto européenne. Vous montrez l'exemple en devenant un exchange pleinement conforme aux réglementations et je vous félicite pour cela.
Here directly from Las Palmas, Spain. I want to congratulate KuCoin. You can now trade on a fully compliant European exchange with bank-grade security. So we're here celebrating the KuCoin Trust in Motion launch.
Congratulations to KuCoin, now live for European users as a compliant European exchange, celebrating Trust in Motion from Madrid.
Congratulations to KuCoin for launching in the EU. A fully compliant European exchange, amazing development and a great step forward for the European community.
Hey, I'm here in Lisboa, Portugal, to celebrate that KuCoin is now live in Europe. You can trade assets on a fully compliant European exchange with banking-grade security. So, as we say here in Portugal, as Brazilians and Portuguese united, muito bem-vindo a Portugal KuCoin e vamos celebrar juntos.
My name is Jules, better known as Alt Crypto Gems, and from a typical Dutch farm, a big congratulations to KuCoin on their EU launch. We're excited to see you in Vienna, a big step forward. See you there.
Thank you very much to KuCoin's key market partners. We look forward to achieving big things together. Ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible evening, from welcoming a new global brand ambassador to officially launching a groundbreaking platform. It's amazing to share these moments with you all. Thank you sincerely for being here tonight and for your continued support. KuCoin EU looks forward to reaching many more milestones together with you. Yeah, it was a great evening so far, but as I can imagine, you are also here for a good meal. So let's kick off our VIP networking dinner. Please remain seated as our team will come around shortly to take your orders for a 4-course Viennese dining experience. Before we begin, I would like to invite BC, Tade, Audrey, Christian, and Sabina back on stage for a group photo. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy food and conversation, and I look forward to seeing you again afterwards. Thank you.
ist es da. Okay, das war falsch. Jetzt? A night like this. Okay. Und jetzt? A night like this. Ach so, entschuldige, warte mal, ich bin nicht auf Sendung. Entschuldigt. Nein. Jetzt. All of me. Na, zum Beispiel, um einfach was auszuprobieren. Was wir machen. Wir machen einfach deine wählst du schnell irgendwas aus? Ein Song, irgendwas, weil dann kann ich schalten. Weißt du, was da noch? Und dann sagst du mir aus deiner Set, Guck du mal ganz kurz am Ton bei deinem Klavier, ob da was rausgeht. So, jetzt muss ich wieder suchen, das gibt's ja nicht.
Zur Information, das Headset ist wieder bei mir.